What better way to listen to the Stay Woke podcast than listen to it wearing a Stay Woke or Wokest t-shirt from royaltyshop.bigcartel.com. My personal favorite is the red and white one. So head over to royaltyshop.bigcartel.com to get one today. Again, that's royaltyshop.bigcartel.com.
You're now tuned into the hottest podcast in the world, the Stay Woke podcast, right here on the sonicbreakdown.com.
Man, it's time to wake up. Get this cake up. Only thing I care about is
Welcome back to another Stay Woke podcast. This is DeRa Brinson, and you know the Stay Woke podcast is presented by thesonicbreakdown.com. So head over there and check out a review. Today's going to be another new music segment. For this one, we're going to do two albums. We're going to do the Kanye Ye album, as well as the Black Thought and Ninth Wonder Stream of Thoughts Volume 1 EP. So we're going to do both of those albums, but let's start out with the Kanye album. I was anticipating it to be, especially after the Pusha T album coming out and we got those productions from that album, I was hoping we were going to get a great production as well as a great lyrical matchup on this Kanye album. I'm going to say off top, right off front, I didn't get that. What about you?
Nah, like the first listen, I wasn't feeling it at all. I mean, I felt yikes. You know what I mean? The second track, of course, that's probably the best track on the album to me. Is Yikes. But I did think it was going to be a little bit more. Actually, you know what? I was on the fence about it because, I didn't know what this. I know it wasn't going to be like Pablo. I know it was going to be in a little different direction. And, the state that he's in now, I knew he could still make good music, but I wasn't really sure what we was going to get. It kind of came out that way a little bit. I love the sound. Lyrically, it just wasn't what I thought it would be. Except Yikes. I actually like it. He went ham. He snapped on Yikes.
I was going to say, for me, the same thing production-wise. Production-wise, I think this is a really, really good album production-wise. I really like the sounds. I like the sonic properties. I like the transitions. I like the samples that he did use, things of that nature. That I really enjoyed. I feel like we did get that Kanye back. We got the Kanye that's giving us more of the soul samples that we like, the more traditional hip-hop sounds, but he still elevated and gave us new sounds on top of it. So he's not just sticking to the old formula. He's taking some of those things that we loved about his older production, like on Graduation, The College Dropout, and taking some of those elements and he's bringing it into more of the newer elements that we saw or that we hear on The Life of Pablo and Yeezus. But I just think that he fine-tuned it better and found a way to present it, because some of the tracks, I feel it has some of that Life of Pablo kind of feel, but he just expanded on it a little bit, I think. But let's go right into the first track, the intro track. I Thought About Killing You.
Yeah, the sound was dope.
Yeah, the production on that is amazing. It's the lower BPMs, the multiple layers with that opening, the way that he creates space and he kind of takes that space away, but he does it so effortlessly that you don't really notice it until you start really, really paying attention. And it creates emotional changes within the production. Just lyrically, I just felt like that production could have been taken to such a greater place with more, just better lyrics, to be blunt.
Right. Yeah. I had to listen to it I had to listen to this album twice. I had to listen to it twice. First time, I kind of skimmed through it. I ain't really listen, so I wasn't feeling it. And then I said, all right, let me just sit down and throw the headphones on, cool out, cancel everything out. I usually wait until, sometimes I do that, when I come home from work and everybody's gone or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I just sit down and I'll listen and just vibe out, lay down or something and just zone out. And then that's when I came to the conclusion, it's so okay. It's good. It's a good album production wise. The little thing wasn't there, but then I appreciated the whole project on my second listen.
Yeah.
And the song came on and I got my zone and it was kind of locked in. And I appreciated it a little bit more on the second listen.
I would say the same thing for you. When on my first listen, I said the album was so-so. I knew at that point already that I enjoyed the production, but I didn't get the intricacies of the production until I gave it that second listen. And like I said, I found those spaces and creations of gaps and emotional tones in the first song. I do want to address the theme of the first track. The themes that I took away from it was self-love, selflessness, selfishness, mental health, suicide. Those topics were the key to it. And I think it could have been so fitting because the production is suited for that type of content, I think. Just the tone of it. I just don't think he captured it with the lyrics. But again, I do like the idea of the message that he's talking about of self-love, like of loving yourself and really loving yourself, not just saying that you love yourself. The idea of actually truly loving yourself and appreciating you for you. That doesn't mean that you don't help build and try to create yourself to be better and evolve to attain a higher state. But that doesn't mean that you can't accept the positive and the good things that you already exist within you. Is kind of the way I took it. And I just felt like he could have expanded on it in a different way. I do agree with you on Yikes. The production the production for me on Yikes has that Graduation and Life of Pablo feel, more upbeat.
Yeah, that's definitely. I mean, if he would have said that he recorded this during that time and he just had it in the stash, I would have totally believed that.
Yeah.
It just sounds just like they put it on that album like a bonus or something. And he just snapped on that album. It's my favorite song on the album. That's probably the only song I probably will listen to over and over again.
Gotcha.
He touches on about everything that's current going on with him. Basically, he talked about turning TMZ into Smack DVD. Those who aren't aware of what Smack DVD is, people should know if they into the hip hop thing. But Smack DVD used to be back when we didn't have iPhones, Droids, and you would go to your local DVD man and go get a DVD called Smack. It would be rap battles, and it would be do Smack. We used to go around and follow rappers and go to the hood and just film and document their day-to-day that's doing around their hood. And Smack is dope. So him making that line, that was dope. For him to even say that, like he went and turned TMZ into Smack DVD. It's like, yo, that was crazy. Yeah, that was a crazy line.
Yeah, I agree with you. And like you said, Smack DVD that's the way that you kept your ear to the street. That's how you knew. That's how we determined who's coming up next, like who's on the rise. That was our way of.
On the rise,
yeah.
Yep, that's exactly what it was, man. Yeah, man. I miss Smack DVD, man. It's not like moving like it used to, but yep, that's exactly easy. Absolutely right. If you wanted to get what's going on, you have to go get that new Smack DVD.
Smack DVD. Now that I'm thinking about it, and then after you said it like that, Smack DVD is basically it was our version of SoundCloud. Because that's how cats are finding, younger artists that are on the come up is through SoundCloud. We did that through Smack DVD. So yeah, that's just that was a nice line. The Russell line, I was like, that was a shocker on first listen when I heard that Russell line. Me too. I was like, oh,
yeah.
I was like, but I mean, hey. It's the truth. What I wanted to ask you in regards to that particular song was the fact that the melody, the chorus, was written by Drake, that's what is being reported.
Yeah. I just found that out about 2-3 days ago. This Pusha thing, man, this shit is getting crazy now. This stuff is coming on out of everywhere. The whole J Prince thing. Now Drake wrote the chorus. I mean, it's a chorus, man. I mean, I don't really care. I mean, it wasn't nothing. I'm not trying to take anything away from Drake, but it wasn't like a phenomenal chorus, that
or a verse.
Super creative. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It was a chorus. It wasn't something that was just like that Kanye said, some impeccable lyricism on the fucking chorus. So I don't really give a fuck. It's the chorus. Fuck it. He wrote it. They have a relationship, man. Or they had one.
It's a business relationship. So it only makes sense.
Yeah, so, he wrote the fucking chorus. Fuck it. Let him, look, it is what it is. But I was kind of shocked at that. I mean, I don't know if Pusha knew that or whatever. Probably didn't.
I mean, no, I'm sure Pusha knew. But this is the way that I took it is, even with the Doopy freestyle and Drake going at Kanye or going at Pusha through Kanye, to me, that's not really an indictment on you. Like, that's an indictment on Kanye. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, yeah, my boss wants to work with you, but a lot of people want to work with you, and not everybody that wants to work with you, or not everybody that works with you wants to work, you know what I'm saying, wants to work with you, but they still do it because it's business. It makes business sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
Like
it makes sense.
so that's why like there's people that do business with people all the time that if you put them in a personal situation, they'd be like, yeah, I don't fuck with that person. We wouldn't, you wouldn't catch us hanging out together, but we make business together. We make business deals together. It's mutually beneficial for our businesses to have these deals. So that's how I kind of see it. But what I will say, it was a good line in Doopy, and it was a line that was like, oh, it is a shot. But when you take it out of that context, that would be like somebody going at your boss. Like, okay, that's between y'all.
Yeah,
Like, oh, you wrote something for my boss. Okay, well, that's about his artwork, not mine. You didn't write. You didn't.
Drake has a history of that, though, man. He has a history of that. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't write for me. It would be, to me, it would have been a better line or it would have been more damning if he was like, "Oh, but I'm writing hooks for you." Yeah, I'm writing a hook for you, or a or a verse for you. He didn't write it for Pusha T. He wrote it for Kanye. Pusha don't got no say on what Kanye does about his music. You know, like it just. What is Pusha gonna do in that situation? Say, oh, I'm not gonna work with Kanye because you get beats by Drake or you get a hook by Drake. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make sense because you're gonna sacrifice your own business dealings with Kanye because what Kanye does with Drake. That doesn't make, you know what I'm saying? Like if you got
it doesn't make,
you know what I'm saying? If you got a problem with somebody, like let's say there's three people, me, you, and a third person. You got a problem with this third person. I don't have no issue with nobody. Why am I not going to do business with this third party because you have an issue with them? That's between y'all two. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's how I see it. Is especially when it's business. Now, if it's personal, that's different. If you're talking about like a personal relationship, if we're friends and that friend did you dirty, I should take that into account at least. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But from a business perspective, nah. I'm gonna make whoever's gonna make my business do better. I'm gonna go with. That's just, to me, that's how I see it. But
no, you're right. I mean, it's just like it gets weird like that in hip hop, man. You know what I'm saying? Because over the years, like when it came to things that's going on within the camp, sometimes it can get like side picking and shit like that. Even with business, if motherfuckers got a beef with this cat. From your camp, and then another person from your camp still work with the cat. It gets kind of weird, you know what I'm saying? But
no, I mean I can see that though. But we're at that's at the point when hip hop was still evolving. Yeah. Hip hop's so big at this point, you don't see any other genres. If let's say Britney Spears, if she got an issue with when her and Justin Timberlake broke up or whatever that happened, she's still going to work with people that work with NSYNC and work like no, she's not going to sacrifice her business, and nobody looks at her differently, and vice versa. With the whole Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson situation, Janet Jackson got drugged.
He was a
you know what I'm saying? Exactly. Yeah, Janet Jackson got drugged through the mud for that, but it didn't affect his career, and people that still thought what he did to Janet was messed up, they still worked with him because they knew it would benefit their business. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
he ran on that.
You know what I'm saying? But nobody. But when it comes to other genres, people don't see it that way. We got to start.
Yeah, I know.
We have to get that point of hip hop because we're making so much money in this. We can't let these personal beefs sacrifice our business because these businesses help elevate our communities. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no doubt.
Or they should help elevate our communities. I should say.
That's a good point, man. You're right about that. You're right. I definitely see where you're coming from.
So that's why I see, like, to me, that wasn't really that deep of a line. But
no, it wasn't.
Getting back to the Kanye thing, it wasn't shocked for me that Drake wrote the hook or whatever. We know Drake has them. That's one of the things we say Drake is good at.
I want to take it. You're right, because I want to take it back to when Kendrick made Control, and he kind of got hurt over that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he mentioned a lot of people's names and shit. It was a clever thing. He wasn't really coming at these cats. And once again, Drake felt like he helped elevate Kendrick's career when they both came in around the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But he felt the need to say and get upset that Kendrick mentioned his name on Control, and he goes to the I helped Kendrick with on his album and shit. My man, all you did was write a fucking hook. You didn't help him on the album. You wrote a hook for him.
Yeah.
That's all you did. Now, if you wrote a verse, he didn't need his guest spot. We want to hear him on a verse on that record.
Yeah.
I think it was fuck to hear him on a chorus of the song. Make a whole verse. Then you can see help elevate his album. Other than that, you didn't help him elevate his shit for write the fucking hook. You know what I mean? Doing a hook or doing a chorus. Or what was that? Poetic Justice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he felt like, how dare him have the audacity to mention my name, right? Help him elevate. I helped him on Poetic Justice. It was a fuck.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, even if you took Poetic Justice off Good Kid, Mad City, it's still a classic. You can take the whole song off. That album is still a classic. So there's no bearing or real substantial claim to that he elevated that album or necessarily that particular song. To me, and even on that album, I don't even rank that in my top 5 songs on that album.
It's not. I mean, that's like Mercy drink.
Exactly.
I didn't even give a fuck about it.
Exactly. It's the same thing. It's like, oh, yeah, I can see why you put it on there. It's going to, it will help commercially, successfully, but that album would have did well regardless. So, yeah. But yeah, going back to Yikes, I think it's one of the better songs on the album. I want to go then to All Mine. All Mine has a trippy kind of feel.
Word.
And we get the bass and kicks that we're used to seeing with Kanye before Yeezus and the Life of Pablo. So I was happy about that. Wouldn't Leave. I mean, really, the rest of this album, there's not really much for me to say about it. Wouldn't Leave, I think, is just more personal, which I think lyrically is probably one of the better tracks. And again, the really, I don't have much more to say about this album, to be honest. It doesn't excite me in that regards, like like Daytona did. I don't go back to it often. Like I had Daytona on repeat. I don't have this on repeat.
Word. We don't have this on repeat. I got Yikes. I listen to Yikes. Well, I listen to Yikes, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it 100. Like that's the only thing that I really go. The other couple of songs are okay, man. I mean, you get the trip. You talk about his daughter, about having a big experience of going through having a daughter and dealing with men and shit. You know what I mean? And then his wife flipping out and all that about it.
Yeah, Wouldn't Leave and No Mistakes. I think those were the best lyrical tracks, but
yeah, I mean, as far as like, I'm putting this shit in rotation. A lot of people are giving this album more. I guess more people are feeling the album. They're giving it more of a praise now than when it first came out. I'm not gonna say it's totally trash. It's not a trash.
No, it's not. I wouldn't say it's trash at all.
Nothing that I'm gonna. Yeah, it's just nothing. That's what I'm gonna be having heavy rotation. Except Yikes, I'm gonna have. That song is dope. I'm gonna keep it 100 on that. I like Yikes. That's the album. I'm not really. It's not gonna be some shit that I'm gonna keep in my rotation. I'm not gonna give it a listen every week or every day or whatever. But Yikes, I'll keep around.
Yeah, for me, I say my favorite would probably be No Mistakes. Just the No Mistakes. Ghost Town got me excited about the Kid Cudi album, though. I will say that Ghost Town did get me excited about the Kid Cudi Kanye album.
Yeah, I haven't heard that yet.
But like I said, No Mistakes was I would say my favorite. Yikes is your favorite. Again, the production, I would probably have this album on repeat if it was the instrumental. Yeah. If the Kanye album was if it was an instrumental, I'd probably have it on repeat more often. Just because, like I said, the lyrics really didn't connect with me too well. But again, I think the production is very well done. This Stay Woke podcast episode is sponsored by Triple Apex. At Triple Apex, they know the importance of a healthy, active, and safe sex life for women, and living in an environment where an understanding, knowledge, and respect of women's sexuality is essential for this. Visit tripleapexforwomen.com to check out their products. Again, that is tripleapexforwomen.com, or just click the link in the description below. But I'm ready to move on to the Black Thought album if you are.
Oh, yeah. Long time coming, man. Long fucking time coming.
The Black Thought album, again, like I mentioned in the intro, it's titled Streams of Thought, Volume 1, and it's an EP. This album, Streams of Thought, the title is so fitting because that's exactly how it feels. This album is so lyrically dense. It's lyrically dense. You will not catch, I've listened to this album, I can't even count how many times, and I'm still catching so many new lines, so many different meanings, so many different connections.
Yeah.
And just a brief information regarding it. So the album is Black Thought is the featured artist or the featured MC, and there is a couple of guest appearances. There's Rhapsody as well as Styles P are the only features as in MCs, and it's fitting because those are two dope MCs as well and very lyrically dense MCs as well. The production is made by, even though on the promotion was kind of Black Thought versus Ninth Wonder, they're not all Ninth Wonder productions.
Right, it's
the whole Soul Council. I believe 2 of the productions are Ninth Wonders. They're definitely Ninth versus.
And Tariq, which is a Black Thought, just goes ham as soon as as soon as it comes on, this guy's on he's on a million lyrically. As soon as it gets rolling, and that goes from the beginning to the 5th track. It's just on. He mastered gas through the whole, and that's how he is though.
Yeah.
When it's time for him to go in, this has been a long time coming, man. I just want to touch on Black Thought for a minute. Over the years, growing up, you know what I mean. You get the Roots albums. You know you're gonna hear Black Thought go in. He's been featured almost with every great MC lyrically that it is on the planet. You know what I mean? He's from Philly. Everybody, I know a lot of people when they talk about the East Coast, we mention New York with lyricism and things like that, but Philly is also another place that breeds lyrical MCs, and he's definitely definitely one of the first to have notice on that. Growing up in hip hop for me, you know what I'm saying? He's always been top notch lyrical. A lot of people didn't really catch on to him until later on. I mean, real hip hop, all of us, we know Roots and shit like that, but other people that just regular hip hop listeners, like those Philly guys and shit, they even know that. He gets much respect out here, man. It's been a long, long time coming for a solo Black Thought project. Not saying that we don't want to hear him on Roots albums, but just to hear him on different production. Like with Primo and, even Alchemist and, Ninth Wonder, Guru, all these other guys. You want to hear that.
Yeah.
It's been a long time coming.
I definitely got to second that. Is Black Thought's been out here. He's been consistent. That's one thing you have to attest to his name, his consistency. I've never heard a weak Black Thought verse. I can't ever think of. He's one of those people. The same thing I can say for Andre 3000. There's very few people you can say, where you can say, I can't think of a weak feature. I can't ever think of him mailing it in. And to me, that level of consistency is the thing that I appreciate the most. To me, that's what the greats have, is a level of consistency. That's what they say about Michael Jordan, is he never took a game off. Never took a game off. There was never a point when you were like, oh, he's not giving us his all. And that's why he's the champion he is. That's why he's one of the greatest of all times. And you get that same consistency with Black Thought.
Exactly.
And as you said, if you're a hip hop head or you're a staple to hip hop, you know Black Thought and you know what he brings. Going right into this first track, 215, man, that track right there is so lyrically dense. The amount of information that he gives you is tremendous, as well as the depth at which he gives it to you. He's not just giving you, just words. There's complexity to the words, as complexity to the meanings and ideologies and philosophies behind what's driving this flow. The other thing that I did want to mention is a quality that I believe Tariq or Black Thought has is the fact that he's like an instrument. Like the way he flows on, especially in these productions, he's like a drum. Like the way that the word patterns are hitting the production and filling in those spaces, it's as if there is another drummer on the production. And that's what, that's why you can listen to it. Even if you don't know what he's saying, you're not listening to the words and you're just listening to the pattern of the cadence that he's going with. You can just bob your head and it sounds like an instrumental can even be. And then when you pay attention to the words, and you going, damn, Cecil being the mill. Okay, like he, like bro, he's going in about some real thoughts and concepts. This just really highlighted it and showcased that level of skill, and it to me it solidifies his position as a top MC. Even though we didn't need this to solidify it, this is just like a stamp saying, yeah, y'all forgot. Boom, here you go. Now you know.
Word. He's definitely top tier when it comes to lyricism. I mean, you might not like him as top. People might not like him as top tier with songs and all that shit. But when it comes to this lyrical thing, when it comes to this subject matter and lyrical skill, this dude is definitely top 10, even 5, even if you want to go there. When it comes to, because nowadays when you do these ratings, how I see it now, it's like it has to be different categories of top 5 and top 10. So this can't be just everybody in one pool. It has to be on certain subjects. Like, and this guy for lyricism is definitely, absolutely top 10.
Yeah.
Or top 5.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lyrical thing. That's the bottom line. I mean, this guy showed you nothing but that funk flex, that funk flex freestyle we were speaking to the woke the fuck up then.
Yeah.
On that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, I was already, waiting to hear new shit on a new feature, because this guy features on a lot of shit like all the Static Selector album and other shit. But if anybody didn't know what Black Thought was, I think everybody who's done this funk flex things, some people look there and snap, but this guy fucking snapped on that funk flex shit.
Yeah.
And if he was asleep, anybody should have woke the fuck up during that time. Straight up.
Yeah, like I said, he's just in a different tier than a lot of MCs. You know,
he's like
and what I'll say is I kind of disagree with you when you say, what I'll say is I won't disagree with you because you're saying other people out there, but I'll disagree with those out there that says you might not like the songs, because he's shown the ability to create commercial sounds. He just chooses not to. Because I Got You, I don't know anybody that doesn't like that song. I don't know anybody that doesn't like that song. You know what I'm saying? He just doesn't patronize that. Like, that's, again, that to me it just reminds me of the greats. It is exactly, but it reminds me of the greats. Like, Prince had the ability to make songs that were more commercial. He just chose he didn't want to. Like, he wrote those, like Nothing Compares to You. He wrote it and gave it to somebody else, and that's people consider one of the greatest love songs ever. And you know what I'm saying? Like, he has the ability. Just because you have the ability to do it, that doesn't mean you have to do it. And that's what I really appreciate about this album in particular is they could have presented it in a way that would have been maybe accepted more and more highly pushed outside of hip hop. But this is an album for the hip hop heads. It's not saying I want other people to like it. No, it's saying I'm gonna make this for those that do like it. That's it. Like, that's it. If you do like it, that's great. If you don't, that's fine. But I'm making it for those that I know will like it. That this is our shit. Yeah, this is for the hip hop heads. Yeah, this is for the cats that want that lyrical content. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with other types of hip hop genres, but it's about having that balance. And this gave us a better balance. And actually, the crazy thing about it was that it's so fitting that it dropped on the same day as the Kanye album, which we just finished talking about, which was lacking in lyricism. This came in and gave us the balance. It gave us the balance that we're talking about. There's nothing wrong with the Ye album. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with this Black Thought album, and they can both be in the market and the sphere out there, and people can enjoy it and absorb it equally.
We know we're going to turn radio on out there. I got Power 106, and over here we got 105, 997. We're going to turn that on, and we're going to hear the Kanye joint. We're going to hear those records being played. It's the commercial shit.
Yep, but on the cars driving by, you're going to hear that Black Thought playing, though.
You're going to hear that Black Thought through the speakers. High value. That's that shit. That's one of them shit you get in the whip and you got to play that shit loud.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? because the shit is so amazing. You want everybody to hear that shit. That's one of them joints.
Yeah.
You know, the only beef I had with it was short.
Yeah, that's the same thing I was gonna say. Is that's the only thing is unlike the Daytona where it's like it's short, but it didn't feel short. This was short.
Right.
It didn't feel short, but I still was like, I want more. I want to hear more. And I wanted to quickly talk about that the ninth versus Thought track number 2. Just the whole concept of the anthology and how they break that down and how it is like the production versus what Black Thought is saying in his verses. Production that was a crazy idea of it, and it's crazy how they called it ninth versus Thought. It, like I said, it's Thought with the verses and Ninth Wonder with the way he's cutting the samples of it talking to Black Thought, and which I thought was genius. And it made me think of Phrenology, the Roots album as well, of how that theme of it was about the shape of the brain and how it affects different thinking processes and that aspect of it. It just made me go back to that, and it's just like, man, they really have been dropping these gems for so long. They've been dropping this knowledge. They've been giving us this because, like I said, Phrenology came out a minute ago.
That was
in the 90s. So
that was probably what, 98?
Yeah, that would be, and that's off the top. That'd be my guess. But again, just that you have to have a great producer and a great MC to be able to get that dynamic that they created on that album of, like I said, him versus the production. And it's not just the sounds of the production; it's actually the production talking to him because of how well it's cut and sampled. I thought was really interesting.
Yeah. And and no matter who he gets with, whatever producer, he's gonna deliver some heavy shit, and it's gonna be done in a way where it's gonna sound really dope, and he's gonna get the message across. You're gonna catch some jewels. You're gonna get satisfied with just some raw lyricism. He don't gotta be talking about murdering cats, but he puts little
drop gems
together.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You can get a little of that too, but it'll be done. I'll give you a gem at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So
definitely,
he always been great at that. This shit is phenomenal. I'll tell you right now. And usually when I hear a project and I know that it's flawless, I'm telling you, I don't care if it came out January 2nd of the year. I'm saying, yo, this joint right here is gonna be on my list or the top EP of the year. I don't think anything coming out. I don't know. We got months left, but I'm telling you, this is going to be on my because I'm gonna do an EP. I usually do a couple of lists, but this is definitely going to be on my EP list. Because it's probably number 1, and it's probably going to be the best EP of the fucking year, unless he dropped volume 2 before the year. You know what I'm saying? Word up. I was very, very satisfied with this shit, man.
Yeah, the same thing. I was very satisfied with it. And initially, when I first listened to it, my favorite track was "Making a Murder." Just the yeah, Styles P goes in on that one. The rhythm just makes you want to move. The rhythm of that production just makes you want to move. For me,
yeah,
just that it's like I've said before. It's kind of a propelling drum pattern that makes you like it keeps pushing you. And the way that Style P and Black Thought write over it, it's just like you just feel like you have to keep going. Like you just feel like I just thought that was really well done. That was like a classic. Yeah, like I said, that was my first initial favorite track off the album, and then now it's kind of transitioned into. I still think that's one of the better songs off the album. But
right.
Dostoevsky, that track as well has grown and become my new favorite. Rhapsody, I want to see a Black Thought and Rhapsody album. I really think I really like how they blend off of each other. I think it could be a really dope concept of them on doing a compilation album together of providing, because they're both so super lyrical, and they're so thoughtful and so pro-black and unapologetically black, in what they're thinking, but they're also pro just people. You just feel like they have a good energy about them, and I think them balancing each other off of each other for a complete album, I think would be an interesting concept. Him from a black male perspective, her from a black woman perspective, and with Ninth or Social Council as the tying thread of production, I think that would be a pretty dope album.
That would be dope, man. And you know what? Rhapsody can dance with the best lyrical thing, man. With the best.
Yeah.
I don't think it's with the best of the best. That's alive and breathing right now. She can dance with the best and stay up there. She proved it since she's been here, man. You know what I mean?
Over and over again.
She has been a great MC from every fucking era of hip hop. Even she got joints with Kane and she rap like, yo, she like I don't know why people aren't seeing this shit. I mean, I know we are, you know what I'm saying? But some people are just starting to get to know who Rhapsody is. Like, yo, this chick is fucking skillful. She's nice, and she's one of the top lyricists out right now, man.
Yeah, period.
Bottom line, I don't care if she's what.
Yeah, period.
But shit, you know, because a lot of cats don't want to get females that they don't want to salute them on that. You know what I mean? They think they should just talk about all the rest of them are talking about. And I'm not taking nothing away from Cardi or Nicki or whatever the fuck. But Rhapsody she's one of the best I can take. She's like a Lauryn Hill like of this generation, but nobody's like picking that up really. Like the new generation, you know what I'm saying? Like the listeners that's coming up now.
If she could sing, she would
like
be.
She's like Lauryn.
Yeah, if she can sing, she would be the reincarnation of Lauryn Hill. Like,
well, we know Lauryn was ill with the lyricism as well. You know, she can sing, but,
that's what I'm saying. That's the only thing Rhapsody's missing is that she can't sing. That would make her Lauryn Hill because lyrically, and that is something people do forget about Lauryn Hill. They think about the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill and just how amazing that album just sounds sonically, but lyrically, Lauryn Hill was lyrically she could have. There was nobody in the game that I would be like, oh, she can't take. She was that raw, and
she hung with the best back then, man. She hung with the best. She can get on stage with Big Pop, Nas, Hov, whoever.
And I'm gonna be real. I think the whole dynamic of hip hop would be different if Lauryn Hill stayed pushing out music. I think I think there are a lot of cats that are popping right now would not be popping if Lauryn Hill was there. And I'm not even talking about these young cats. I'm talking about even some older cats that
you're right.
They wouldn't be there because lyrically, musically, creatively, they wouldn't hold a candle. And that's what we're getting with Black Thought. Is lyrically, he's showcasing this for everybody to see. He's again, this album was basically. I think that also adds why it's so short. He's like, just a reminder. This is just a little post-it note, just a nudge saying, hey, y'all forgot? Yeah, I got this. I'm real with these words. Everybody's talking about lyricism this, lyricism that. I'm real with these words because people forget about Black Thought. People forget about Pharoah March, Yasin Bey. Pharoah March. People forget about Pharoah March. Pharoah March is a beast.
He's another one.
A beast with the words. So I'm just glad that we got to see this, and hopefully it inspires younger cats to get back to really matching these words. And again, there's room for everybody, but we need to get more. We need to get that balance closer to being closer to 50-50 at least. Of you might just want to vibe, but we also need these words.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what I do, man. I'm that I listen to a lot of underground, a lot of lyrical shit, But I dip my head, it's a balance for me too, because I got to dip my head out there to see what's going on out there in the commercial world to see what I like that's going on with that too, and trying to listen. Like this year, it's been a balanced thing for me this year with listening. My hip hop experience this year has been a balancing experience. You got the lyrical joints that's coming out, like Planet Asia and Black Thought and stuff. But then I go dip in here, hit a new Jim Jones joint. You know what I mean? It's like
It's about that
That's a
balance.
good feel
Yeah,
too. You know what
because
I'm
yeah,
saying?
there's
So,
gonna be a time for everything. We're
yeah,
complex creatures. We can't.
word,
There's gonna be times where you just kind of want to shut your brain down and just vibe out, and that's fine. There's nothing
yeah,
wrong with that. But you can't vibe out 24 hours, 7 days a week. You gotta,
word.
you gotta. It like it's an exercise, like lyrical exercise. You gotta exercise your mind, and what you feed it is exercising that. And if you only feed it just vibes, that's what it's gonna give you, just vibes. But if you feed it actual legitimate content, information, you're gonna also exercise it in that regard. So, thank you. I really think thank you was a nice
Well, that's a
closing.
beautiful song.
It gets you in a nice, good feel. There's a there's a little when I hear "Thank You, Come On," I'm like, oh yeah, this is a great song. But then I won't say sad, but it's like, damn, the album's coming to an end. Like it's when you're on that roller coaster and you already went through all the ups and downs and you feel that click 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 of coming into the part where they let you out. It's like, yeah, it was fun, but it's coming to an end. Like so, that's kind of how I feel about this album. I'm really excited. I want to see, volume two if it's gonna be kind of
Yeah,
if it's gonna be a different type of sounds that's gonna be for the production, and he's gonna come with a different type
yeah,
of theme of what he's talking about. I'm excited to see what that is gonna be
yeah.
like
I'm
because I
excited
know it's
for
gonna
the
be
shit.
dope. Yeah.
I think. I mean, it's gonna. I think it's gonna be different a little bit. It was an interview that I watched yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
He was talking. If you might get a different producer, we might get Primo. We might get. We might get somebody else. We don't. It might still be nice, but it's possibilities of different producers to be on the second joint. But it's probably going. It's going to be somebody that that fits the Black Thought experience. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So. But I'm definitely excited about that too. We do know. That's why I didn't mind that it was only 5 tracks because it's volume instead of volume 1. That's
Yeah.
letting you know that we have more volumes to come, so it's all good. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
It keeps the door open.
Word. And that track. Thank you was a great way to end the project. It was a great feeling.
Yeah.
Still lyrically inclined. You know what I'm saying? And the production is on point to put you in a good feeling. You know it's coming to an end, but
Yeah.
just thanking everybody over the years of
And
all
that's
of us that's been supporting them and stuff like that. And
And to me, that speaks to his character too. Is just that he wanted to end it in that regard of not saying thank you to us, the listeners, the people that supported him. I thought was interesting in the way that they presented it. Of because usually on tracks or songs that are saying thank you, they just kind of end it off. The instrumentals playing. It's like thank you to all my fans, supporters, my family, da 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 da. But they actually made it into an actual song celebrating that and pushing that, and that's what it felt like. The production made it feel like a celebration of we've all made it here. Like not just him as the artist, not just the producers, but we as the listeners, we've been on the journey with them as well. For the people that have been listening to him for a long time, and even the ones that are new, they've came through the journey of this album. Because like I said, it's so lyrically dense. If you break down every line and break down all the connections, it's like a full book. You know what I mean? Like that's how lyrically dense it is because there's not a lot of hooks in space. You know what I'm saying? If you think about all the tracks, there's really not, especially that first track. I don't think there's a verse at all. I mean, a hook at all. It's just all verse.
nah, still hooks, man.
It's
He's
just
going in.
yeah, it's just all verses. So, like I said, that's why like it's so lyrically dense in that regard that that's a journey, and for us to try to break that down and divulge that is it's work on our end, but it's enjoyable work. But because a lot of people again, that's why there's music that fits vibes, because with vibe music you don't have to work, you just listen.
Right.
With
Yep.
this you have to put in work to really understand it at a deeper level of what he's saying and why he's saying it and why he's saying it in the manner that he's saying it. So I kind of took it as that way as he's saying I appreciate you because I put in the work to come up with those things I just mentioned, that you also put in the work to decipher it.
Right.
So because what's a painting if nobody sees it? you know.
That shows that, it's still art out here. It's still
Exactly.
it's still art. You know what I mean? It's still situations where you might, if you hear something, you might have to go do some research on it, which is fine. That's okay. Everything doesn't have to be dumbed down. I mean, this is an art. This is an art form, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know who Dostoevsky was. I found out that he was a novelist. He was a writer, and a sound writer.
Yeah.
But
Right.
I wouldn't have known that if it wasn't for Black Thought on this particular. And I consider myself, well educated, well cultured. But you can't know everything. You can't know everything,
Right.
and know. So be open to the ideas of wanting to learn more, and that everybody has the ability to teach you something.
Right. Right. Me and you both with the knowledge that we possess of just being on this planet for however long we've been on this planet, is to be able to teach the generation coming up behind us about the experience and the things that we've seen since we've been here. We're teachers and students at the end of the day. And we're going to be like that until the day that we die. I don't care if we live to be 150 years old. Even people that have that much wisdom of being on this planet for a long time has to learn how the new world moves. And
Exactly.
we learn from the generation coming behind us, and we also teach the generation that's coming behind us. So it's being students and teachers at the end of the day. And we're going to be like that until the day that we die on this
Exactly.
planet. So
I want the people to come up after me to do better than me. I want,
exactly.
Don't be like me, be better than me. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
and the only way they can do that is, as like you said, passing on that information so they don't make the mistakes. And so,
Right.
instead of the time fixing a mistake, they're already ahead of the game because they bypass those mistakes. So, again, salutes off to Black Thought, salutes off to Ninth Wonder and the Soul Council. Salute to Rhapsody, salute to Styles P. Man, what I will say though is just quickly before we do get out of here is the Styles P, that verse, just his delivery on it is memorable. But given that knowledge, so again, I want to say,
and that's why I rock with Styles the way I rock with him. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, he can give you that raw gutter shit, talk about shake you up in the neck and all that, but then he can also drop some deep conscious, like, in tune with the most high lyricism and all at the same time. You know what I'm saying? And that's the balance right there in itself. And he's a big guy. He's big on balance. If you ever listen to his interviews and stuff, and he talks, and go pull up the Breakfast Club interview when he talked about balance in life and how you got to balance things out. You know what I mean? And just he's big on that. And he shows that in his lyricism. And he's always been that.
yeah,
All the Styles P joints.
Definitely out of the two albums that came out last Friday, the Black Thought, Streams of Thought, Volume 1, and the Yee, I have to go with Streams of Thought.
Absolutely. Landslide.
Yeah, it won. Like I said, I've had Streams of Thought on repeat for a minute. I could go back to it often. Like you said, it's going to be definitely top of the list. As of right now, it is on the top of the list. I still got to live. Right. Yeah, I got to leave room for anything else. But the other thing about this as well is, again, I know I keep on saying we got to get out of here, but this album, it feels like it will hold its shelf life. It doesn't feel like it will feel dated.
Nah, it's not gonna feel dated. That's the thing about his lyrics. He don't really say shit that's gonna make you feel dated. Like it's a dated project. It's not. His lyricism makes you can listen to that shit 20 years from now. You can go back and listen to Roots albums and shit.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Right now, that came out in 97, 21 years ago and shit, and it's just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So.
That kind of MC.
Yeah, definitely. I say you should listen to both albums. I would recommend both albums. Like I said, Stream of Thought is just more in my wheelhouse. We'll see where it lands at the end of the year. We'll of course have our top 10. We also will hopefully we'll get another volume out of these Streams of Thought before that point, and so we can really kind of have a battle between Black Thought versus Black Thought. Out of which of his own albums are better. I think that would be interesting as well. I want to say the production on Yee is really well done, I think. So give that a shout out. We still are going to do reviews on the other albums. So Kid Cudi / Kanye's collaborative work came out today. Kids See Ghosts.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out when I get off.
So we'll definitely do a review on that, and then we still have the other Nas and Tiana Taylor album that we'll be doing a review on.
Nas.
And we'll group similar like we did with this one. If a good album or a great album comes out today with the Kid Cudi album, we'll also review that like we did with the Black Thought and the Kanye. So again, let us know what you think about the Kanye album. Let us know what you think about the Black Thought album, which one you thought was better and why. Definitely give us a thumbs up on YouTube. We appreciate that. Also, give us a subscription, a like, and give us 5 stars on iTunes. We really appreciate it. It helps a lot. You don't know how much it means to us when you give us 5 stars. It means a lot when you give us 4 stars as well, but it means even more if you give us 5.
Hit us with that 5, man. We break down shit, man. We talk. Every time we do a podcast, man, we just don't talk about the music. We get into the details, the lyricism that was said, and how it parallels with life and everyday life and people, and how we view things. So we just don't talk about the music. There's a line in there that's pertaining to life. We kind of break the background story on that and how it pertains to how we live and how life is seen through the lens of our soul. So, you know what I mean? We giving y'all more than just talking about the music. We always break into little conversations about that. So, man, just hook us up. Hit us with a 5-star. Hit us with some comments. Follow us on Instagram. Again, I got another handle on Instagram called The Scrolls of Rawness.
Definitely check that out.
Check that out. Me on that. And Trav in the 80s, of course, and also The Scrolls of Rawness is another one I should check out. And just let me know, man. Hit us up. Let us know. We post the episodes on Instagram and let y'all know about it. But let's hit us up on Instagram too. Hit us up in the comments like, yo, I like that last joint. Let us know. There's a lot of music out there. Shit, it might be some ill shit out there that we didn't hear yet, that we didn't cover, that might be pretty ill, that we just didn't get a chance to bump into yet. So just hit us, man. Let us know what we should cover. You know what I mean? If y'all think it's ill.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank y'all for everything.
Yeah, I want to say thank you, Trav, for doing another episode with me. We definitely...
family, like you said, we fam now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So, I mean, like I said, I definitely appreciate it. You always give us insight, especially for those on the East Coast. You give us insight that I can't provide because you're there. So, again, I appreciate that.
Insight out there.
So, yeah, so I feel... Exactly. I feel like we have a nice, good balance here, between both coasts. Definitely show us love. We'll show you love back. We're very good at communicating with you guys. So if you hit us with the comments, we respond back. Like he said, let us know about artists. And for artists out there that are listening, a lot of artists will reach out to us and we respond back. We'll try to get you on the podcast. We'll try to talk about your music. Again, we don't make guarantees. If it's not good, we're going to tell you it's not good. I'm going to be real with you.
Yeah, that up. Man.
But again, we try to not be malice. We try not to give any, I'm not just going to say, oh, that shit's trash. I'm going to tell you why I didn't like it. I'm not going to say it's trash. I'm going to be like, I didn't like it, and these are the reasons why. Everything's not going to resonate with everybody, and you got to be okay with that. Everybody doesn't like this podcast, and I'm okay with that. Again, let's get out of here. I want to say thank you to Trav. I want to say thank you to all the listeners. You know our motto. No problem. You know our motto. Live, listen to some great music, and above all, love more.
Love more. Word up.